30.
Bienvenue and welcome to the Roux with Chef Bunny, sponsored by Blue Plate Mayonnaise on WBOK 1230 AM. And today I have Todd Cannon joining me from Drew Boy's Creole Seasoning.
Yeah. What's happening, Chef?
Welcome to the Roux with Chef Bunny.
Thank you.
And it's so funny because he reached out to me previously because he knew he would be in New Orleans. He is from California. Northern California, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, and he reached out to me because he knew he would be here. And while he was here in this city, he wanted to come on the Roux with Chef Bunny. So here we are. During our interview, it finally happened, right? After a lot of back and forth. He extended his flight, his travel plans to be here and make the interview. So everyone, please go and follow all of his social media. It's Drew Boys Creole Seasoning.
Drew Boys Creole on Instagram, Facebook, and all that.
Okay, and what do you got on? You're on Facebook, and it's Drew Boys Creole Seasoning.
Yep.
Check it out. But he is connected to New Orleans, even though he lives in California, through legacy, through his grandparents. And you have such an interesting story. So let's start from the beginning. Tell everyone your connection to New Orleans.
So my connection is going to be from my mom's side. She's from the French Quarter. She was born here. Her mom and her mom. So my great grandmother, and my mom, aunt, and all that. They all from here. And there's so much.
And they left because we were talking about this. I've noticed this. It's just like a trend.
Yeah.
I noticed there's a huge Creole population in California, Northern California, Oakland, in that area,
That's right.
Sacramento. There's a huge, and you're a part of that movement, correct?
Yeah. So and that's a good topic. So my dad's family's from the country, so they're from New Iberia, and they went to Oakland to California. And then my mom, 1960, so my mom was 20 years old, her and her brother. They hopped on a plane to go visit family in L.A., in Los Angeles. They got off that plane. That's when you used to get off the plane and walk down the stairs on the tarmac.
Right.
They got out, looked at that sunshine, and didn't feel humidity, and they said, "We moving."
I don't blame them.
And a lot of Creoles left in right around that 1960 time.
That economic boost.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. So they didn't meet here and move away together.
Nope.
They both had already moved to California and found each other.
Yeah. So
wow.
Mom went to Northern Cali to visit her cousin, and at that point met my dad in Oakland, and then away we go.
And it was a Creole match made in heaven.
That's right.
So the next question I have, because I know I just automatically assumed, and I got asked this question after I promoted our interview, and I told people about you.
Yeah.
The natural question. I know you didn't grow up in New Orleans, but there's a very popular street in Gentilly that is named Drew, Dreux, just like your company, like your family's name.
Yes.
Are those your relatives? We all want to know.
I would hope. I would definitely hope. I haven't been down that street because a lot
You
of
should. You should
yes.
absolutely
All right, we have to
go.
do it.
You
I'm gonna do it.
should. You should.
I gotta
And
get
like
that.
you told me, because you're not unfamiliar to New Orleans. You spent time here in New Orleans, and you said, where was it? Boscoville? Did you grow up in around Dillard? You said that's Boscoville.
So that's where my mom. That's the last house she lived in was right around Dillard.
Okay,
So,
you Creole for real.
Oh yeah. So look, 15 years old. I'm in Northern California. So I always tell people when I walked into my house, I'm walking into New Orleans. Every time I walk in my house. So, I'm in Fremont, California. That's where I grew up, a suburb. And I go inside, and at 15, I'm making shrimp po' boys, oyster po' boys. My grandmother, who I named the company after.
That's because our traditions follow us typically,
Yes.
and we have to keep that movement going.
Yes.
We have to keep it going, our traditions, and keep passing them down, documenting them and passing
That's
them
right.
down.
That's right.
But you've taken what you've learned in the industry and from your family and your New Orleans origins, and you've made products. Let's talk about these products because
Please.
they're everything. The name is Drew Boys Creole Seasoning.
Yes,
but,
ma'am.
All right, everybody, if you can see it,
Yeah.
these are the seasonings. We're going to talk about them because you have interesting stories
Yep.
behind the seasonings.
Yep. There you go. That's the one we want. We'll put that one aside. All right. So you want me to give you a quick?
Do it.
All
Let's
right.
do
So
it.
1920, my grandmother, Miss Lolita Drew, was born here in New Orleans. I made this seasoning with no cayenne because whenever I would cook, And she was older, right? It was grandma. Whenever I could, baby, don't,
Too
none of that
spicy.
cayenne, right? Gives me heartburn.
Yes.
So when I made this seasoning recently, so, and actually, let's jump back. 1998 is when I started making seasoning in my house. I would go to a little market and I would buy the individual ingredients, and that's where I made my blend.
What was it from necessity, not having access to a good Creole seasoning in California?
100%, you hit the nail, right?
Okay.
So 1998, I made it in my house. It was just for us. So if you came over and I made something, you'd say, "What's that seasoning?" I'd say, "I'll put you some in a Ziploc bag." All right. So that's how I started with it. And 3 years ago, I told my wife, I want to sell my Creole seasoning. And I want to name the company after my grandmother, who we all love and miss. So that's how this whole thing started. So 1920, no cayenne pepper. 1940, the birth year of my mom.
Yes.
That has a little touch of cayenne, but it's medium and medium. It is not hot. We don't want that heat. We want that flavor.
Got you.
I love the balance of cayenne in this. Everyone who tells me I can't eat hot,
That's
I
perfect
said,
for them.
they can handle it. Now look, if you put tablespoon after tablespoon in, you're gonna get some heat.
Correct.
So anyway, that's the basis of these two seasonings.
Okay. And so, do you have one that's extra hot?
Not yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet?
Not yet.
Working on that?
And no. And the other thing is, when I made this, you figure I go buy all these individual seasonings and I mix them. What am I not putting in? I'm not putting in extra salt. So these are low sodium.
Okay, great.
Low sodium meaning they have 4 or 5% sodium. When you go to the grocery store and you look at a seasoning on the shelf,
yeah, absolutely. It's
right?
full
And
of
I'm gonna
salt.
give you the list real quick. So they're about 9 to 13%.
Absolutely.
So when
You're
I
right
say
about
these
that.
are low sodium, I just want to give
That's
those
great.
percentages so people know when I put these on eggs in the morning, I just put this. I don't add salt.
So tell me, I'm glad that you said that. That's my
Yes.
next question.
Yes.
What recipes have you concocted with your seasoning? What do you do with it?
So the one I do that I love, and it's easy, is Creole salmon.
Oh, that sounds
We on the
great.
West Coast, we get a lot of salmon. So Creole salmon, I'll give you the little quick, right, the little technique. It's a 4-minute protein,
Do it.
and we portion those, those serving sizes. Non-stick pan, so you don't have to use cast iron to blacken. That whole thing's different because I do blacken with these. But Creole salmon for me is a non-stick pan, a little bit of olive oil in it, maybe some butter if you want, and then eat medium heat. Don't go hot. 2 minutes, flip it. 2 minutes. Now I season both sides with the Creole seasoning. When I pull it out, I go lemon, a pat of butter, and I hit that kosher salt nice and high up top so
I
we
bet that's
even.
great.
And then as it rests, a little bit of the moisture of the salmon comes out
that's great.
with the butter and the lemon. You have a little bit of mopping sauce right there, right? So that's one of my popular dishes that people make, and it's a 4-minute protein. You can use any fish,
Right.
whitefish, the drums. You guys have a lot, obviously, beautiful fish out here.
We do. We have access to the best fish in the world.
I've been
We
eating
do.
fish since I got here. I forget what
Absolutely.
red meat looked like when
Yes.
I land.
Yes,
I
we
don't know
do.
what red meat looks
I tell
like.
people that all the time. Why would I eat frozen fish? I'm completely surrounded by water with the best fish in the world. So
yes,
you're right
100%.
about that. But that's great. So I'm gonna try that because you made me hungry just now.
Good.
So what else are you doing? You got your seasonings. What other
Yeah.
products are you working on? Because I know you're just a jack of
That
all
spoon,
trades.
yes.
Now let's get into this. The
I
spoon.
love it.
Because I was like, oh, what is this? I thought it was food, but it's I'm still pleased because it's a spoon.
Yes.
This is something I can't wait to make my next pot of gumbo, which is tomorrow because I have catering orders all week. So tell everyone what it is for the folks that's just listening that can't see it.
All right, so this I call a Creole spoon. And the reason why I call it that, so you make a roux with it, right? But let me hold this for a quick second. So what we have, this is my little, right? So we have a curved handle.
Yes.
So it goes with the spoon. When you're in the pot, we have the head that is angled.
Baby, I can't wait to break it in. I'm looking at it and I'm just thinking about it.
Look at it. So you show it to the camera if you can.
Yes.
That sideways shot. So when you're in that
So
pot,
when I'm like,
you are, and look, that flat head,
uh-huh.
when you hitting that
It's
roux,
perfect
it's
for
going
that.
to scrape the bottom. You're not going to
perfect.
stick.
because I typically, I use,
love
I'm
that.
going to be honest, I'll share my secret. I use a whisk,
Mm-hmm.
which my grandmother did not do,
Mm-hmm.
but I use a whisk because
Mhm.
I'm a chef.
Yes,
So,
yes.
but this, baby, I'm going to break this in and tell it's called the Drew Boys Creole spoon.
Yes.
Not a Roux spoon because, again, he's California based.
That's
and
right.
not everyone knows what that means.
And so watch this. When I was getting this thing developed, I'm downtown hanging out, having dinner with friends. And what do I say? I'm like, man, I got my own Roux spoon. And they look at me, blank stare.
They're like, what?
They're like, oh,
what? Yeah.
So what else
they would
you
not
got?
understand the fervor that I feel about this if they've never made a pot of gumbo.
Right.
So
but
I
look,
love it. Thank you so much for this.
Gravies, cream sauces, any of those things.
Yeah,
Look,
all my Roux.
You make
That's
bechamel if you're Italian.
Yes. I do that
there
too.
You
My
go.
seafood sauces, all of it. I'm excited.
Yes.
I love presents.
And last piece about that, left-handed and right-handed.
Right. It looks like it's reversible. You can flip it like
No, I have two different ones.
Oh, get out.
So this is right-handed.
Okay, good, because I'm right-handed.
There you go.
I am.
Most people, right?
I am.
But I sell the left-handed as well.
Okay, that's amazing. You thought that was thinking ahead.
The left-handed people thought they were left out.
And you did not leave them out.
I got
it. So you have so much rich history, as we were talking about, because you also told me that part of your family had came over from, I read your bio also, your press kit, and I saw that part of your family came over from Cuba.
Yes.
And they settled more or less in Treme. And tell me all about that. And they started their own business. Tell me all about that.
Yes. So my great-grandfather, his name was Antonio Rodriguez, came with his older brother and sister on a boat. Probably did not have a motor back then. They probably had a bunch of oars that they was flipping, right? And trying to get to Florida. Let's be honest, 90 miles from Cuba to Florida.
Right.
Well, I think that current and that
they veered.
wind.
They veered off track.
I think they kept going up. They landed in New Orleans. So when they got here, they were Catholic. They were separated by the nuns, which is normal, by color. So some that were lighter went into these houses, and then the darker ones, they went the other way. That's just the way it was. And when they got a little bit older, I think they here about 2 years, then that's when they found each other, got an apartment together. Now, my great-grandfather, this dude started in the Treme with a fruit and vegetable cart pushing it down the street.
Awesome.
And that's number one. Then he got to a brick-and-mortar building, which was called Rodriguez Market.
Okay, and where was it located? In Treme?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know the street? Where?
I do not. The building is gone. That I do know. And my mom. So my grandfather worked there. My mom worked there as a 13-year-old kid.
Awesome.
She was ringing people up at the cash register.
So you from the 6 and the 7.
Man.
All right. You half and half. Most people we call it 7 Sixers. That's what we call it. Yeah, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
So that was entrepreneurial way back when.
Yes.
Way back when.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back into that a little more, and we're gonna take a break.
Thank you.
And then we'll be back and talking some more about rich history, about his seasoning and his products, and he's also working on a hot sausage. So we'll be back after the break with Ty Cannon from Drew Boys Creole Seasoning. Babies inside of Vaucressan's Creole Cafe, serving the best authentic Creole food in New Orleans. Gumbo, yakami, smothered okra, seafood potato, crawfish etouffee, and more. We're located at 1800 St. Bernard Avenue in the heart of the 7th Ward, Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Ask about catering and event space rental. Follow us on Instagram at Eat Crawbabies, NOLA, on Facebook, Crawbabies LLC. Y'all know I'm all about keeping it authentic and keeping it New Orleans. And when it comes to my remoulade or dressing up a perfect po' boy, there's only one mayo that's been doing it right since 1927, and that's Blue Plate mayonnaise. Born right here in New Orleans, Blue Plate uses only egg yolks, just like my grandmother Viola taught me. That's what gives it that extra rich, creamy texture that makes everything taste better. You know what they say, that's the good stuff. Blue Plate mayo, made in New Orleans and made to make everything taste like family.
WBOK. Online at WBOK1230.com.
And welcome back to the Roux with Chef Money. And I am here with Ty Cannon from Drew Boys Creole Seasoning. We're talking about all of his products that he's created in California as a Creole. So we talked about his seasonings, his spoons. He has two seasonings, the spoon, but I guess your coup de grace is your hot sausage, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So what compelled you to create a hot sausage? Just
So
again, necessity in California.
100%. That right? Where am I going to find that?
Right, right. That's the only thing when you're indigenous and you have once you're exposed to New Orleans food and you just need it. We're very, very particular about that. You have to have it.
And that what I tell people, that's my childhood.
Right.
That
It's
was
nostalgic
Saturday
for you.
Yes. Yeah. Oh God. So Saturday, we out running, doing whatever. You're looking at the kitchen, and then it's what are we having for dinner? And then we all come up with nothing.
That's the easy
Mom don't
fix.
want to cook, and what do we? And then
Hot sauce.
hot sauce, Ma. You got the hot. Yeah. So we had always hot sauce, pretty much every Saturday. So the older I
Let me
get,
ask you this before we go
ahead.
any further.
Go ahead.
What kind?
So
who made that hot sausage? I need to know.
So that was it. Was so we used to buy because the family was there's a lot of Creoles in Los Angeles. There was a lot of fish markets.
Okay.
So we would go to the fish market, buy it, bring it to my aunt's house, freeze it, then keep it frozen, and then drive it home. So that was what we did back then. And then when we only brought 10 pounds back home when we were out.
What brand? Who made the brand? Is it any New Orleans folks?
No. Well, they're from here.
Okay.
That relocated to Los Angeles.
Okay, all right.
So that was their
So
little.
it was still an original Charisse recipe.
Yes.
Got
yes.
you.
Yes.
Got you.
So that was my childhood of growing up with that. So I get older. I can't get it as much. I don't go to LA as much. So I start working with this ranch. Now, this ranch for me is really special. Everybody wants ranch to fork, farm to fork. We want as fresh as we can get.
Farm to table is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
movement now. Yes.
Yes. And so I started working with this family who is a wonderful family. So they're in Manteca, California.
Okay.
They are a hog farmer, pig farmer. They ranch. They raise hogs. They butcher. They do everything there. They make sausage there.
Awesome.
So now
that's up my alley. I know a lot of girls don't like that. I always tell people the butchering doesn't bother me.
Right.
I like it. I love it.
Yeah.
So string up the pig.
Right. Let's go. Let's get to work.
Yeah.
So they're called the Long Ranch. Their last name is Long, Long. So I meet these folks. They're very nice. I start doing videos with them because I make them scratch red beans. I need my pork.
Yes.
They call it a smoked hawk. Now, look, we're far away from there right now. That smoked hawk is the hawk and the shank.
I bet that's good.
And it's hickory smoke, fresh there. So the flavors, man, this thing is big as a cantaloupe.
I can imagine.
It's huge. Now, it takes a while to break down, right? You got to have a big pot.
Right.
My 9-quart Dutch oven that I use, the bone almost touches the lid in the beginning.
So how long do you cook it?
That an hour and a half for it to actually, I can press it.
Right.
It takes a long time. So I start working with this family, doing some videos, promoting their products, and the bacon's phenomenal. So I'm a huge fan of what they do. So now I start dropping hints. I say, hey man, you ever heard of Creole hot sausage? He's like, never heard of it. I don't know what it is. I said, look.
It's Charisse, beloved.
Right. And I just call it Creole hot sausage, right? So I chat with them. I said, look, if you ever want to make a hot sausage with me, I would love to. I would love to season it. Your pork, let's go, right?
Because sausage making is like everybody. Once you're in it, look, I watch it daily. It's like, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, and you have to know what you're doing, right?
You do.
Obviously, it's not because there's a stretch that you have to have, right? And you can't overstuff it. There's the whole technique. So to get to the end of that story, I bug him again, and he's like, I can't. I'm too busy. I said, look, I asked one thing. If you ever want to do it, I don't want to rush. I want to do it right. This means a lot to me. If we do it, we don't have to. So a few months later, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, he texts me, Todd, I'm ready to make that hot sausage. I'm like, oh my goodness. So now I'm like, nervous. I'm like, oh my, I can't wait. So I get my seasonings, I get my scale, I start doing my measurements, and because you taste right. And I got it to that point. I said, okay, I think I'm close. So he brought the meat over, and we did it. We made changes. The 5th seasoning blend is what hit it.
So you're not using your seasoning blend. You had to create something special for Charisse.
Correct, because it's based off of my medium based, and then I hit everything up. because I have to.
Far more cayenne, I'm sure.
A lot more cayenne, and I use 3 peppers in my hot sausage.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, and I won't tell you what they are.
Don't tell me, ancient Creole secret. But that's awesome. So you're doing a hot sausage now. That is your 4th product. How's it going? And are you packaging? Is it available for sale right now?
Good question. So we sell the 4-pack links at the ranch.
Okay.
I have the 5-pound bags. So I sell links and loose.
Okay.
In 5-pound bags. I can ship it. Grant, look, I'm gonna tell you, shipping's not cheap.
Yeah, shipping for a sausage.
It's
for
tough.
sausage, it sucks. It just does.
You're 100%
I'm sure eventually we'll find a better process for that.
Yeah.
Because, I work with a sausage company as well.
Right,
So
right.
Eventually we will find a better option for that.
Yeah,
but right
it's
now,
tough.
I get it. It sucks. And it sucks mainly because people love sausage and they want to get it. And again, especially if you're from New Orleans and you live somewhere else, you want that flavor, that New Orleans flavor.
Yes.
You have to have it imported. So,
Yes. Yeah.
But you're supplying a need for all of those Creoles in California to get their hot sauce,
100%,
right?
100%. And look, even non, because they've never tried this.
Well, yeah. I mean, those people that are indigenous and looking for, but of course you're going to widen the audience. Of course, because we want people to be introduced to our delicious food and our traditions and customs. Like you and I discussed, we want to keep those traditions going, and you're absolutely doing that in California with your hot sausage and with your seasonings and the Roux spoon. I'm gonna call it the Roux spoon because I know what a Roux is.
That's fine.
It's just like my show, the Roux.
That's right.
It's the basis to all things great.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So, what do you use your hot sausage for? What do you put it in? Your beans or your gumbo?
When I do red beans, I'll get you right to the end of the bowl. I believe that you have to bless that bowl, and I saute that sausage, right? Cook it slow, roll it, cut them open, sear the inside, and I bless that bowl of beans. I lay it right on top, and that's
so it's a side. You do it as a side, right?
Yeah. So I have the smoked hawk and then sliced ham, like chunks of ham that I cook off, and then I put that in the beans. So I get my smoke flavor and all the meat flavor. But then when I finish the bowl, I put the rice, I lay that hot sausage over the top.
I have one question now since you said this. What kind of red beans you using out there? Because you know.
I know. 100-year-old company who lives here.
Yeah. You know who I'm talking about. You know the one. So are they accessible out there? Do you have to order them or what?
They're expensive.
I'm sure.
For me to get.
You're taxed.
Yeah. So I can't buy them at the grocery. I use
what's available.
Light red beans, and I use whatever's available. Normally, it's a store brand.
I've learned because I've lived in other places, and I didn't have that company's beans accessible to me.
Right.
So I learned, though, using those other beans, those generic beans, it takes a little longer. Did you find that, too?
I soak. So when if I make a 9-quart pot of beans, that's what I normally make. I use 2 pounds of beans, and I soak a minimum of 4 hours. I don't over soak because if you soak like overnight, like we always heard, right? Then to me that they break down too quick. I still want some of that bite, that texture, right? So I soak a minimum for 2 pounds of beans. I'll soak it a minimum of 4 hours. I can go 6. So that's my rule.
I guess the creaming part because we swear by it, the creaming of the beans. It wasn't the same as that company. I'll just say that.
Right.
That's what I'll say.
Right.
It wasn't the same, but everything was great. I want some of the hot sauces right now. It sounds so good. I'm hungry now. My stomach is touching my back. You got me hungry now, and it's lunchtime. So, but everything is going great. I'm glad that you're out there and you're carrying on our traditions and our cultures, and that you're sharing it with a new community who probably would never have known about it. Because we talked about this. It's an untapped market. What you're doing with your seasonings, because especially if you take this to California where there isn't any.
That's right.
So how's it going?
So look, there are many challenges. All right, here's actually a funny story. When I tell my wife I want to sell this seasoning, she's like, all right, whatever. Yeah, sure. Well, 2-3 days later, I'm like, here's the laptop I'm buying. And she's like, oh boy, here we go. Right, I know this fool's gonna.
It's
Here
a thing
we
now.
go.
It's
something that all right. So, how's it going? It's tough. I'm at the beginning. I've been doing this 2 years in retail, right? Retailing.
So that's my next question too.
Yes.
Are you available in retail stores? Can we order the seasonings online? Where can we find them?
So, for everybody is Amazon.
Okay.
And
Amazon, of
yes,
course,
ma'am.
of course.
So you just type in Drew Boys. Drew
That's
Boys Creole.
Drew, Dreux, like the street in
BOYS.
New Orleans.
Yeah, which I have to go today.
Yes, you
Yeah.
absolutely should. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're on there, and I'm in a couple local places. So like in my town, it's this little store called Mia Bella's,
Mm-hmm.
and she's got it.
Awesome.
And
Boutique. You're at the boutique phase. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that. But
Yeah.
that's where you could develop a cult following. I love
Yeah.
it. So it's been a great interview with you today. And before we
Thanks.
leave, I want you to tell everyone where they could find you and follow your product and your product updates
Yeah.
on social media. Please give everyone that information that's listening.
Website is Drew Boys, and that's DREUXBOYS. So drewboys.com. And that, if you go to the very bottom of the page, it'll like you have all the little links there to hit, like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and on all those platforms, we're Drew Boys Creole.
Drew Boys Creole.
Yeah.
So everyone check them out. It's a great Creole season. I am going to prepare a meal with it, and I'll let y'all know next week how it came out.
Thank you.
Because I'm excited about it. I want to try the salmon. That'll be awesome.
Oh,
I usually
love it.
don't do a Creole seasoning with my salmon, but that sounded amazing, and I'm going to try it.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming in today, Todd. I appreciate you so much. Todd Cannon from Drew Boys Creole today. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Roux with Chef Bunny. We'll be back next week with another guest.
Thank you.